All right, guys, we're going to start this program very shortly here. Anywhere you are watching it, we are live on every social media platform known to mankind. Give the show a like and a share. We have some big-time news, breaking news that we will lead the program with, as one brewery in our community has purchased another brewery in our community. So we'll talk about that today to lead the show. We will also, on today's program, highlight the Belmont market listing that hit the market today, $1.3 million. 1,300,000 guys will give you the opportunity to purchase a market in Belmont that's really generations of family have supported and patronized. The times they be a changing here in Charlottesville. And folks, Cassandra Rodriguez is in the house. Beautiful, talented, intelligent, dynamic, and soon to be a restaurateur. Vegan comfort soul food is going to be something that we're going to be talking today. A restaurant that I think is going to be absolutely well received and absolutely waiting for the community to support and embrace and just continue over and over and over again to patronize. This restaurant is going to be big time. Vegan Comfort Soul Food, guys, will be on the show, and its restaurateur, Cassandra Rodriguez, in about 16 to 17 minutes here on the show. We will rock and roll in T-minus 30 seconds with the fabulous Judah Wickower, our director here. Judah, I need 18 seconds and I'm ready to go, sir. Guys, hit the like button. Welcome Charlottesville, welcome Crozet, welcome Belmont, welcome Lynchburg, welcome Arlington, welcome McLean to the program. Folks in Williamsburg, hello and welcome to the program. We have on our heat map of viewers and listeners, folks in North Downtown, Star Hill. I see some folks on Roosevelt Brown watching the program. Give the show a like and a share anywhere you are watching, and we will rock and roll in a matter of 15 seconds, J-Dubs. Guys, welcome to the I Love CVille show. My name is Jerry Miller. Thank you kindly for joining us. I'm literally on social media right now, breaking some news that's going to be the talk and toast of Charlottesville. Literally on Instagram, I'm making a publish of something that is going to be the lead of the show, and that's a local brewery purchasing another one. That story in a matter of seconds on this program. We will also highlight a listing that has been the talk and toast of this community, and that's the $1.3 million listing in Belmont for the Belmont Market, right in the heart of one of the most popular neighborhoods in this community, a neighborhood that undoubtedly over the last 20 years has seen massive gentrification. A neighborhood that I previously lived in 2005. I lived on Little Graves, which is right off Grave Street, as a broke, almost destitute 24-year-old, fresh out of the University of Virginia. Me and three of my homies lived there, $400 a month. I initially paid with my buddy Tom and my buddy Mike. We had no money. My buddy Tom lived in a converted Four Seasons room in the back of the house that we made a bedroom. We welcomed our homie Shannon into the 208 Little Graves. He had even less money than we did, and he converted the attic on 208 Little Graves and used a rope ladder to get up to the attic, and we charged him $225 a month to live in an attic that had no HVAC. Somehow this Casanova managed to get beautiful ladies to go up to the attic with him for a night of entertainment, but 24-year-olds living in Belmont When our buddy Shannon moved in to live in the attic, paying $325 a month, we saw that neighborhood literally firsthand gentrify as upper class, bougie, young professionals and their families started purchasing dilapidated cribs and converting them now into $500,000 and up McMansions that were in walking distance of the downtown mall. So Belmont Market on the listing market for $1.3 million. That topic on today's edition of the I Love CVille show, and we're gonna spotlight a dynamic, a gorgeous, and intelligent restaurateur in Cassandra Rodriguez today on the program. She'll join us at about 12:55, so in about 14 minutes here on the show. She's the owner of Vegan Comforts Soul Food. The tagline, real food for your soul. I absolutely love the tagline, and I love the concept of this business that has a grand opening date. Cassandra, you're in the green room right now, March 13th, March 14th, is that right? March 13th, March 14th. So giddy up and get ready. The Friday edition of the I Love CVille show is red hot. We're going to lead with a topic that is undoubtedly going to be a part of the legacy news cycle, the traditional media cycle of print, radio, TV. First to hear it right here on the show. We talked about this a month ago as we were hearing through the grapevine that Three Notch Brewing Company was going to purchase Wild Wolf Brewing Company. And our sources, our contacts were correct. What we relayed to you 30 days ago materialized and became reality on Wednesday with the deal closing not even 48 hours ago. So here's the nitty gritty, and here's the news that will be the talk of the town after this show is over. Three Notch Brewing Company, and I've said this so many times on this program, my favorite beer is the Minuteman. My wife's favorite beer is the Ghost. We have a 2-tap kegerator at our house with 2 sixels in that kegerator, and those 2 sixels are Minuteman and Ghost. Minuteman Mondays, $3 pints, fantastic opportunity for you to fall in love with what I think is the best beer on the planet. Dave Warwick is the brewmaster. Scott and George and Derek, the brain power, some of the brain power behind the Three Notch brand. This brewery that was founded over cold beers at McGrady's years ago. Yes, McGrady's, that is now Dairy Market on Preston Avenue. Do you guys remember McGrady's? Scott used to own it, Scott Roth. Hell of a soccer player you are, Scott Roth. These guys, over cold beers at McGrady's Irish Pub on Preston Avenue, decide to take the entrepreneurial leap, much like Cassandra Rodriguez is doing with Vegan Comforts Soul Food. You'll hear that story in moments. 3 dudes over cold beers at McGrady's say, let's open up a brewery. They do it on Preston Avenue in a tiny, tiny, tiny tap room and tiny production facility next to McGrady's Irish Pub on Preston. Through hard work, through sweat equity, through grinding, through hustle, through chutzpah, through vision, through having some big-ass balls and cojones, these guys took an idea from an Irish pub and have turned it into a brand that is beloved not only in Charlottesville, not only in Central Virginia, but a brand that's beloved in much of the Mid-Atlantic and certainly across the Commonwealth. Three Notch Brewing Company, its flagship headquarters, the Craft Kitchen in Ix Park, crushes it. I mean, they crush it. They have the fortunate nature, and by fortunate, they put the effort into picking the spot and then remodeling the spot, but they are in a great position that their flagship headquarters, the Craft Kitchen at Ix, is ginormous. Seating everywhere, often populated and popular during brunch and lunch, happy hour and dinner, It's not even the fantastic beer, but it's the amazing food. It's the sports bar and TV viewing all over the facility, and it's just a staff that is A+, that's often led by General Manager Justin Butler. Purchasing Wild Wolf Brewing Company, 3-Notch, and these guys making this move further showcases their affinity for risk, strategic risk. I think it's a smart move, but risk nevertheless. They're going to close Wild Wolf. It shows you the cash position that this brand and business has. That they're going to close Wild Wolf, a building in a business they just dumped buku money into, for 7 to 8 months to remodel it. 7 to 8 months of having no revenue after just making a extensive purchase. 7 to 8 months of keeping the doors closed so they can make the headquarters, their new headquarters, up to par and up to speed of what they want. Now, what can we expect? I mentioned this on the show about a month ago. What can we expect from the new 3-Notch at Wild Wolf on 150 Fun, aka 151 in Nelson County? Well, what I'm hearing is it's going to be as much about the beer and as much about the food as it is going to be about a distillery. Distillery, yes, liquor. It is no secret that craft beer is a saturated and competitive marketplace. When Deschutes Brewing Company from Bend, Oregon goes to Roanoke, Virginia 7, 8, 9 years ago to open up an East Coast headquarters, and when Deschutes earlier this year decides to say, no dog, we're not going to open this East Coast facility in Roanoke anymore. The marketplace is entirely too competitive. We're going to cut our losses and get the hell out of the Commonwealth, because craft beer is now saturated from a space standpoint, from a business standpoint, and craft beer is much more about local craft beer than national brands trying to fake it with local tap rooms and local markets. So Deschutes pieced out a Roanoke. And that's an indication of how hotly contested disposable income is in the craft beer sector. Furthermore, you know what millennials and younger are drinking these days? Pains me to even say what I'm about to say here. They're drinking seltzers. They're drinking White Claws. They're drinking low-carb, low-cal seltzers. Seltzers are undoubtedly eroding market share from craft beer. So what do you got to do if you're a beer baron or beer barons like Scott and George and Derek and Dave? You got to diversify. You got to diversify revenue streams. You got to take your eggs out of one basket, damn good beer, and you got to find other eggs to put in that basket. And you do that by doing food, beer, distillery, liquor, tasting rooms, distribution, merchandise. And the true value proposition of Wild Wolf, folks, is the experiential component of this facility. What does the Craft Kitchen in Ix, what does their tap room in Roanoke, what do their tap rooms in other municipalities and jurisdictions in the Commonwealth lack? Well, they lack the experiential component of land associated with land, live music, and festivals. Think about Devil's Backbone Brewing Company, now owned by essentially Anheuser-Busch. Devil's Backbone is as much about the 8-point IPA as it is about music festivals, running races, 5Ks, oyster and seafood festivals, base camp, lodging facilities on site. Devil's Backbone, because of its cash-rich parent company, Anheuser-Busch, has the economic means to diversify its brand and not solely rely upon craft beer as the source of revenue. Devil's Backbone is an omni-experiential beer experience. You may go for the beer, you may go for the festival, you may go for the food, you may go for the live music. But once you go there for the seafood, the food, the live music, the 5K, the craft beer, the lodging, you start getting a flavor or a taste of the other aspects of the business, and that keeps you coming back for more. So these beer barons, George, you're a hell of a squash player, George. Let's get on the squash court together, George. These beer barons, George, Scott, Derek, and Dave, are going to create a model that is somewhat similar to this omni-experiential food, music, live events, beer, and liquor experience we see at DB, at Devil's Backbone. And you know what? It's dynamite. It's brilliant. It is just a bona fide, badass idea. It is bona fide. It's a concept that appeals to not just beer fans like me and my wife. It's a concept that can appeal to health conscious, liquor conscious, live music conscious, food conscious, tourism conscious, being on 151 in Nelson, a tourist destination undoubtedly. And think about the crossover, the cross-pollination effect. You go to a tap room that Three Notch has in Richmond, a tap room that Three Notch has in the Shenandoah Valley, a tap room that Three Notch has in Roanoke, and their newest tap room that they have in Virginia Beach, or their current headquarters at Ix Park. All these locations can be evangelists and points of marketing for the soon-to-come 150 Fun location. You cross-pollinate the customer base. You're creating marketing economies of scale. And perhaps, and certainly not lost to me, these beer barons are gaining more control of their fate and destiny. Ludwig Kutner and Alan Kajin own Ix Park. These dudes, as first reported on this very network, Alan Kajin and Ludwig Kutner are trying to sell Ix Park. And they're asking, I'm calling it up literally as I speak here. I'm looking at the listing. You know how much these dudes won for Ix Park? $84 million. $84 freaking million for Ix Park. $4,806,757 per acre, 17.47 acres. So Ludwig and Allen, who are no longer spring chickens, these guys are getting up there in age, are looking to piece out on some of their real estate holdings. And they're asking 84 mil. And it's no coincidence they're asking 84 mil right as the upzoning potential is coming down the pipe in a 10.2 square mile city we call Charlottesville that is landlocked, no longer affordable from a housing standpoint, and has little developmental area to build new rooftops and homes. I want you to think of Seville, the city of Charlottesville. It's 10.2 square miles. Where can you build more houses in Charlottesville right now? And compare and contrast where you can build more houses in Charlottesville, which is very few places, to 17.47 acres on right off the downtown mall. This is the most coveted piece of property in the city from a development standpoint. Do I think it's going to sell for $84 million bucks? No. Do I think it's going to sell in the 60s potentially? Yes. Do Ludwig and Alan, who are at the back end of their life, are they looking to piece out of this 17.47 acre investment? Probably so. So if you're the beer barons, George and Scott and Derek and Dave, you better secure a piece of property that's not associated with the potential $84 million deal in downtown Charlottesville. And that's exactly what they've done. Close Wednesday the deal. I think these guys are smart. I think these guys have an affinity for risk that most do not. I think these guys are creating a density, destiny for themselves. Most of us allow fate and destiny to determine what our life is going to do. Successful people tell destiny and fate, you listen to me. I'm going to determine what we're going to do with my life and my future. And that's what these beer barons are doing. That's breaking news you will see everywhere in the traditional media cycle over the next 24 hours to 48 hours that you heard here first on the I Love Seville Network. Props and kudos to George and Derek and Scott and Dave. This is a bona fide deal, Wild Wolf. Think concerts, think running, 5K races, think food, think liquor, think craft beer, and think omni-experiential beer brand. Next topic, before we get to the dynamic Cassandra Rodriguez, the soon-to-be grand opening embarking Cassandra Rodriguez and her brand Vegan Comforts Soul Food. The next topic is a listing that we first relay to you on this very network, the I Love Seville Network, and it's the Belmont Market. $1,299,999 is the asking price. In my world, that's $1.3 million. $1,299,999. The Belmont Market across from Junction. Adam Frazier, I hope you open Junction Restaurant again. I miss Junction Restaurant. My wife and I hosted our rehearsal dinner there. We were the first to ever do a rehearsal at Junction Restaurant, and we are nostalgic of incredible food and great times and experiences at Junction. Belmont Market for $1.3 million asking. You got 3,092 square feet. You got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. This crib is 102 years old. It was built in 1920. 0.15 acres. Now, I hate to say this because, as I mentioned on Real Talk earlier this morning, and Cassandra, you're going to be on this program in about 90 to 120 seconds here. I used to live at 208 Little Graves when I was fresh out of UVA. I lived on Little Graves at 208 with my homie Tom, my homie Mike, and my homie Shannon. My homie Shannon, Tom, Mike, and I were dead broke dudes. Dead broke dudes. We lived in a 2-bedroom house, 4 of us. We converted a 4 Seasons room into a bedroom, and my homie Shannon literally climbed a rope ladder to the attic, where we converted an attic that had no air condition into a bedroom for him, and he paid $225 a month for it. My homie Tom, my homie Mike, and I, we each paid $325, so 100 Bs, a C note more than Shannon. And we lived there because we were close to the downtown mall, and when you're in your early 20s, what you want to do is you want to be close to what's moving and shaking. And that was the nightlife on the downtown mall and everything fun and exciting and troublemaking that goes with it, especially in your early and mid-20s. We would routinely patronize the Belmont Market. We'd buy 12 packs or suitcases of beer, the suitcase also known as a case or 24 pack. All we could afford was Bud Light or Natural Light. We'd walk it from the Belmont Market to Little Graves on that dirt road, alley cut-through road that only folks on Graves and Little Graves and Belmontonians know. And we'd get after it at 2:08. We'd have friends over and get after it. And the sentimentalist in me is going to forever miss the Belmont Market because it was the source of so many cold beer purchases that led to crazy nights, fun nights, memorable nights. But this piece of property has tremendous zoning potential. And as Wild Bill McKenzie has told us, you can go 5 stories on that property. And as the city of Charlottesville is considering a future land use map, FLUM, and the upzoning that comes with the density that comes with upzoning, someone is going to buy this Belmont Market and either knock it down or completely convert it into apartments and condos. And people will walk from this spot to Tavola, to the local, to Bell, into the downtown mall. And the developer and the investor and the speculator that spends $1.3 million, I think it's actually priced pretty damn well. The investor that buys this and remodels it and huffs new life and potential and future into it will sit on stacks of paper for years and decades to come. Cassandra, we are ready for you. And Vegan Comfort Soul Food. Got a lot of people watching you. Get ready to meet a dynamic restaurateur here. Let me know when that 2-shot is set up for us. Judah Whitcower, our fabulous director. We're about to introduce you to Cassandra Rodriguez. You like Casey or Cassandra?
Cassandra's fine.
Okay. You will see here in a matter of 8 seconds here. She is the owner of Vegan Comforts Soul Food with the tagline of real food for your soul. This restaurateur is now on screen.
Hello.
Hello and good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. Please, before we get into the nitty-gritty, introduce yourself to everybody that's watching the program.
Okay. My name is Cassandra Rodriguez, and I'm the owner of Vegan Comfort Soul Food.
What is passions, hobbies, and interests for you?
My passion is cooking. I'm always in the kitchen. I have children, so they're always asking me to make something new or try something different. So that's definitely my passion. And I guess a hobby of mine is just being with my family, and I do like singing, and I do work out a lot.
We could get you to sing sing a little bit on the show.
Singing today.
Okay, maybe Cassandra's brand, I think, is going to be the toast and the talk of this community, guys. All right, introduce us to the brand.
Okay, so it's Vegan Comfort Soul Food, the real food for your soul. I started in 2020, and I just started out by cooking for family and friends, and then I did pop-ups, started doing pop-ups, and now I'm actually currently looking for a location. Right now, it's just going to be Sunday and Monday on Cherry Avenue. It's out of Royalty Eats, the sandwiches, coffee, pastries. So yeah.
Fantastic. So what? Here's the question we've had, because we've been hyping and promoting you all week long.
All right.
Okay. So one of the questions we have is, and explain this to everybody that's watching. Explain to us how vegan and soul food can mingle together. Because
Okay.
oftentimes people think soul food with, I mean, what do we think when we think soul food? We think with
Soul
like,
food is like collard greens,
Yeah.
pig feet. Listen, I'm not gonna be making no pig feet.
yeah, that's
really
what I'm
hard to
saying,
do.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But like,
I'm sure you've heard this before. Someone's asked you this before, right?
yeah.
Okay, explain that to us.
So I just, I just create different dishes. We can do fried chicken. We can do that with like oyster mushrooms or like wheat gluten. And I do baked macaroni and cheese. I do it without the cheese, of course, without the real cheese, but it tastes just as good. And instead of collard greens, I do kale greens. And those are like my favorite things amongst everyone. I've always get compliments for the spicy kale greens. And then also instead of you would have the candied sweet potatoes, I use candied butternut squash. And so it's just trying new things and just subbing the meat. You know, you don't always have to have meat and everything. You just sub it with vegetables or just like wheat gluten. And like they have field roasts. I use a lot of field roasts. It's like, the meat, not real meat, but, meat texture, I guess.
How did you find, how did you first start embracing the vegan lifestyle and the vegan diet? What influenced you?
Okay, so I've been vegan for 7 years, but ever since I was like younger, I never really liked meat like that. Like I would leave it on my plate last or like just not even eat it at all. But I'm just doing it mostly for animals. We love animals and for the planet. Not like for the health because I don't want to say it's not healthy, but it's just, not salads and stuff. So people will look at it like it's, it's really good, but it's just not something, I guess, to eat every day. It's just, yeah.
So you love, one of the things I noticed, her daughter is also in studio here.
Yeah.
One of the things I immediately notice is Liza, our mascot. She's a rescue from Caring for Creatures.
Mm-hmm.
She's a phenomenal dog that we have here in the studio. You guys were immediately gravitated to Liza.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a pit bull ourselves. His name is Seven.
Okay.
So yeah, we love animals. Mm-hmm.
So one of the inspirations for the business is your love for animals. Now, what can we expect with Vegan Comforts Soul Food? Give us a snapshot of the menu.
The menu. Okay, so we have a brunch menu right now, and it's homemade buttermilk biscuits and Slowpoke Rodriguez is one of my favorites on the menu.
Slowpoke Rodriguez?
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
I love that.
Yeah, because my last name is Rodriguez,
Right.
my dad's. So that's chorizo. It's eggs. It's just eggless is the brand we used, and then salsa mixed in, and then we add some feta on top. Instead of the other cheese, I forgot the name of it, but it's like a Mexican cheese that people tend to use. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make that, but it's coming. And then we have fish and grits with a side of spicy kale, baked macaroni and cheese. We have fish tacos. Oh my gosh, those are amazing. And look, I meant to bring you guys some food, but I totally ran out of time. So
Okay.
I didn't have time. I have to swing by one day and just drop something else.
Please. We'll take photos of it. We'll put it all over I Love Seville. We'll
Okay, cool.
talk about it on the show. And Judah, in particular, will devour it because this man's got the appetite of an army of people. Our director, Judah Wickhauer.
Sound like my son. Oof.
So you must have how many kids you have?
We have 8 children altogether.
So 8 children. Well, first off, you're a superwoman.
Yeah.
8 children?
8, yes.
My wife and I have 1, and it's no easy task.
It's not easy at all.
How are you doing 8? Every day is a different day?
Yeah. I have older kids too. They help me. And I homeschool as well. So it's just
Get out of town!
Yeah. So we homeschool, and then I'm a chef, and yeah. You just,
Dude.
if you really want it, you will do whatever it takes to, to get it done.
Amen. Do
Yeah.
what you got to do. What a queen here. So let me talk about this here. You have 8 kids. They must be kind of like the folks that are offering feedback on some of your trial dishes here.
Yeah,
Walk
definitely.
me through how that works. Walk me through how that works.
I cook, they eat, and then they clean. Basically.
Do they ever say, nah, Mom? Or do
Yeah,
they say, like,
they
Mom,
tell me
this is the
truth.
one, Mom?
Yeah, they tell me the truth, and they're like, maybe you can try this next time, or, yeah, they're definitely my number one fans.
Give us an indication to some of your role models in food or role models in business, people that inspire you to do greatness in the kitchen and as a businesswoman.
Let's see. I really honestly don't have any.
Yeah?
No, I'm a self-taught chef. Like, I just, cook. I don't really know many chefs, or I guess my mom is my role model. I love that she's, a strong woman, and she, goes after what she wants. And also my husband, Mark, or Easy, as everyone calls him, he's a great businessman, and he, gives me a lot of input and a lot of, push, and like, he's more of the business type savvy person, and I'm not.
Tell us about Mark. Tell us about Easy.
What do you want to know about him?
Anything.
Well, he has a business. He has a couple of businesses, Glitterati Global and Freedom Rides.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just very intelligent, like with business and getting his brand out there and stuff. So I'm kind of like following his lead, and he's helping me. We're helping each other. So
awesome. Will you let Mark know? We're happy to spotlight him on the show anytime he wants in his businesses. How about this question?
Okay.
8 kids, you an aspiring and now real life entrepreneur and businesswoman. Mm-hmm. And do you think about the role model you are for them, and how you are showing them through hard work, through risk taking, of how you could be, how they can do anything they want if they put their mind to it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, my daughter and my other children, they actually help out. Like when I used to do pop-ups, I have one of them, making the plates, and one of them taking the orders and ringing it up. So it's giving them a lot of, entrepreneurial.
Experience.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. So what are we thinking as far as grand opening is right around the corner? Tell us what we can expect.
So the grand opening is March 13th and 14th. That's the Sunday and a Monday. And I am hoping that everything goes as planned, because I had to push the date back already like 2 weeks.
Why so? Let us know why.
And it was because the refrigeration unit, it broke where I was gonna cook
Royalty
out of.
Eats.
At Royalty Eats, yes, it broke, and so now she's trying to get that situated. So it's really out of my hands, and I'm just hoping that she gets it taken care of, because I know it's not easy, and it's really stressful. So
she's come on the show. GoFundMe, I believe, is happening. Did you guys tip past the GoFundMe? Did she tip past it?
She did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. How about this question? Charlottesville and in Central Virginia, I think you're opening your restaurant at like the best time possible.
Yeah, good.
I think this community is, and we highlighted one last Friday in Botanical.
Yeah,
which I know you're
can't wait
excited
to try it. I was hoping it was like today, but I think it's tomorrow. The opening. I was going to walk down there.
Yeah.
But.
Ryan Beckland, and I know Ryan Beckland is excited to support and try. She said your restaurant as well.
Yeah.
So I think this community is so pumped and excited for vegan centric and focused cuisine. Mm-hmm. What is some of the talk, the chatter you've heard around the community? And give him a smile here. You look fantastic here. Judah's taking photos of Cassandra as we speak. What is some of the chatter you're hearing from the community about? We need this. Relay that to us.
They're just telling me how there's been a gap with I guess just soul food and just comfort food, and so I'm bridging the gap, basically, and just people are really excited. They were disappointed, of course, that I had to postpone it, but they understood, and they're just waiting, and I'm ready. So,
what do you think is going to be the most popular dish?
I think it's the tacos, and the Smith is one of the sandwiches, and also the slow cook Rodriguez. But also for Monday, I haven't put the menu out yet, but it's going to be just like different plates, like soul food plate or like an abundance bowl. It's like a little bit of everything, to try. And then just like a Italian plate, like I'll make, Italian food. And we have one called the baby shower plate, but it's basically like meatballs and like wingdings, potato salad, macaroni and cheese. It's just like different, types of bowls and like a taco plate, stuff like that. Yeah.
I am so pumped for this. I am absolutely so pumped for what you're doing. I'm so pumped for your brand and your business. I think the community is going to rally around you. I think you're going to have a line out the door. I think you're going to have a ton of repeat customers. Give us this. What gets you super excited about launching and opening a business? And what scares the you-know-what out of you about launching?
Okay, about launching. So I'm like basically the only cook. So I'm just hoping like I don't get too overwhelmed. But I'm ready for anything. Like I'm just ready. It's go time.
Okay.
Time for me to open.
Excited about this business.
Exciting.
Yeah. What makes you excited?
Just being, the first actual vegan soul food restaurant in, the town. Just being able to serve the community and, give them what they've been missing. So that is making me really excited. I'm just ready to go.
What restaurants in this community do you love?
We love Voo Noodles.
Okay.
Yeah, we go there all the time, me and my daughter.
Yeah.
We're like regulars there.
Julie at Voo Noodles? Yeah.
I attempted to make pho, and I'm just like, we're going to keep it. So we're just going to let Voo Noodles do their thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. How about the kids, your kids, and how they're responding to this? How pumped are they? And give us an anecdote or a story of like them being so pumped for what you're about to do and relay it to everybody that's watching.
Well, they're really excited for me, and we actually went to look at oh no, that's too much information. No, okay, we went to look at a space the other day, and they were just like running around. And
can I ask where the space was?
No.
Come on now.
Not yet, because I don't want to put any
bad juju
out there.
Okay,
yet.
totally get that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to come to you here. So is the plan, and you don't have to give us the exact details of where, but is the plan a permanent location for you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then what can we think about hours and days opening?
So hours, I'm not sure, because right now it's only Sunday and Monday just because how much I have going on with homeschooling and all that, but the primary location would be to go only. It's like a little area that they'll be able to eat in, but let's see. I know we'll be closed Saturday, so just hope for every other day except for Saturday.
Okay.
So
fantastic. Yeah. We wish you the best of luck. Anytime you want to feed this man and his voracious appetite, we undoubtedly will showcase your cuisine on I Love CVille. Any closing messages that you want to get out to everybody that's watching?
I guess I can say just if you have something that you're really passionate about and something that, really inspires you, just go for it. Never give up. Just keep following your dream, man, your journey, your path, because if that's your passion, that is what you're meant to do. So just keep at it. Don't give up.
You were awesome. You were awesome. When you guys open and do your grand opening and you have a minute to breathe, come back anytime you want.
Okay.
And we will showcase, we love to showcase entrepreneurs, and we love to showcase the journey because not only do I find it inspiring for what I'm trying to do with our journey as an entrepreneur and business owner, but I think many in the community also find it inspiring to hear kind of the trials and the tribulations of going down this road, because it's not easy.
It's not. It's been a journey.
Yeah? How long?
Well, it's been since 2020. Just like the pop-ups, it's a lot of work. It's more work than I think people realize.
Right?
Because I was doing most of my pop-ups in Richmond. So I would have to drive an hour, sometimes an hour and a half away and set up, and then I would take everything down, and then but all my events were sold out. I sold out every single time I have an event. So
amazing. Amazing. How can people follow you, find out about the brand, get an idea about the menu, all that? Okay,
so it's vegancomfortsoulfood.com is my website, and then Vegan Comfort Soul Food on Facebook and on IG.
Fantastic. We wish you the best of luck, and Cassandra, we cannot wait to chat with you again. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Judah, if you want to go to the one shot here and let me know we're on the one. Thank you. Vegan Comfort Soul Food, guys. Support the brand and the business and the entrepreneur and the fabulous family behind this business. Real food for your soul. Vegan Comfort Soul Food, with a grand opening right around the corner. So a couple of topics that people are itching for me to cover here on the show. Obviously, we started the show with some significant breaking news with the official deal closing of Wild Wolf and Three Notch purchasing Wild Wolf Brewing Company. Folks are also asking for some commentary and more analysis on the Belmont Market listing that hit the market today at $1.3 million. A lot of people are saying on the feed right now, and we have 5 states on the show, literally as we speak, that the $1.3 million for Belmont Market, a 102-year-old structure, is outlandish and not priced correctly. And I say, in the words of Lee Corso of College Game Day, not so fast, my friends. Take care. Have a good one, guys. The $1.3 million is about the potential of the property and the fact that when upzoning becomes a reality, and insiders in this community, including the president of the Free Enterprise Forum, Neil Williamson, the king of content, Neil Williamson, he believes, and he said on a microphone on this set, in front of these cameras, that City Council will approve the upzoning before end of year 2023. So we're a year, less than 2 years, somewhere between 1 and 2 away from pieces of property in the city of Charlottesville having significant upzoning potential. Now, I want to offer a little background here. The city of Charlottesville is 10.2 square miles. Right now, 53% of the city of Charlottesville is zoned R1. R1 zoning is single-family detached homes. So more than half the housing stock in the city of Charlottesville are single-family detached cribs. This new upzoning that is going to materialize and come to fruition in the eyes of Neil Williamson before end of calendar 2023 will allow single-family detached homes to be pivoted, converted, transitioned into more dense housing stock. So instead of a single family in one home, that home or the plot of land that is home to the house, it can be transitioned into a duplex, potentially, a quadplex, potentially. It could potentially have an ADU, auxiliary dwelling unit, or cottage in the backyard, a granny flat in the basement, or for some deep-pocketed investors, they may purchase properties, knock them down, and build apartments or condos on them for the back-end cash flow potential. That's Belmont Market. Belmont Market, when this upzoning happens, I hate to say it, it's probably not going to be a spot where you can buy some Camels, some Marlboros, some Natural Light, some Bud Heavies, some Cool Ranch Doritos, some barbecue Fritos, some Wingdings, a couple of Ho-Hos, while sitting in front of a gambling machine pumping single-dollar bills with the slim chance you may get a little bit more in return. The future of Belmont Market is 5 stories of apartments or condos. That's why the $1.3 million asking price. You buy it, you build on top of it, or you knock it down. You go through the hardship and heartache of permitting and remodeling and construction. You wait for the policy to become reality with city council, and then you could be looking at 5 stories of condos and apartments either for rent or for sale. That's what's going to happen. And we've proven on this program every day, Monday through Friday, that our crystal ball is extremely accurate. And our crystal ball predictions are associated with what the hedge fund guys call edge. And what edge is insider knowledge. A month ago, on this network, we let you know that 3 Notch was going to purchase Wild Wolf. The deal materialized not even 48 hours ago. And these beer barons behind 3 Notch are going to crush it with this purchase. It is going to be a locally owned version of what you will see down the road with Devil's Backbone. I love this town and this region and this community. And I love the risk takers and the entrepreneurs that put it all on the line to pursue a dream and a vision and a hope and try to make it a tangible reality. And Cassandra Rodriguez embodies those qualities, and so do the beer barons, George and Scott and Derek and Dave. I hope you enjoyed this program as much as we enjoyed hosting, producing, and delivering it to you. This show is all about the best of Charlottesville and Central Virginia. My name is Jerry Miller, and you guys have a good weekend.